No, I'm not going to quarter the blueberries, that's crazy. Some for the bowl, some for me. You're supposed to get fewer gross stringies. Hello everyone! Today we are making fruit salad and we're just going to jump right into it. So we're not just going to be tossing everything together. This one has a special sauce. So you're going to need 1 3-ounce box of the Cook and Serve vanilla pudding, not the instant. Make sure it's the Cook and Serve. And we are going to also need a can of fruit cocktail. And I have the one in heavy syrup. I don't think it matters if it's 100% fruit juice or heavy syrup. My mom always used the one with heavy syrup, so my fruit cocktail is in heavy syrup, and then I have peach slices. They're supposed to be diced, but when I went to the store, they only had the peach slices, and my peach slices are in 100% fruit juice. Doesn't matter, whatever you want to go with. So I have my 2-cup liquid measuring cup here, and I'm just going to open my cans a little bit, and I'm going to drain my juice or my syrup right into my measuring cup. It doesn't have to be in a measuring cup, you can use a bowl. I was going to say cue the Jeopardy music. And if you have like a sieve or a strainer, that would be perfect, just to speed up this process. But I don't have either one of those. Alright, so we're just going to put our fruit into a large bowl. And now with my peaches, we're just going to do the exact same thing. Now this recipe comes from my late grandma, so I'm just using the smaller 15-ounce cans of fruit because the recipe that my mom passed down just says one can of peaches, 1 can of fruit cocktail. So this is what we're going with, and I think it's going to be delicious. Okay, so I have all of my juice. I'm going to set that aside for a second, and then we're going to come back to these peaches. I want to get these diced. So we're going to make the pudding according to the directions on the box. Now you can do this on the stovetop, of course. Today I'm going to be using the microwave. So whatever method you prefer, go with that. So our directions say ignore the milk. So we're using the fruit juice instead of the milk. And the directions say we'd be using 2 cups of milk, and I have only about 1 1/4 cups of my fruit juice, and that's okay. I'm not going to add any more to it. We're just going to stick with what we have here. So the directions say to stir the pudding mix into the milk. So all of our pudding mix is going to go into our fruit juice, and I have a whisk here, and I'm just going to whisk it all together. And then our directions say bring to boil, and the directions are for the stovetop. So bring to boil on medium heat, stirring occasionally. So I'm going to put this, using the microwave, I'm going to put this in for 30-second increments and stir in between until it comes to a boil, and then we'll consider that cooked. So our first 30 seconds, give it a stir. Our second 30 seconds. And I was reading the instructions, which, wow, reading the instructions should be the first thing you do, I tell myself. The recipe did say to add the pudding mix to 1 1/2 cups of fruit juice, so I think the 15-ounce cans are perfect because we were at 1 1/4 cups. So don't worry if it's not exactly at 1 1/2 cups. So our third 30 seconds. This is our four 30 seconds. And then I think we're almost there. So I'm gonna put it in for another 30 seconds. All right, so mine kind of bubbled up in the middle a little bit. Not in the middle. It bubbled up around the middle. So I did a total of 2.5 minutes, and that was my microwave. I'm gonna mix it up and then I'll show you. It's become a thick sauce. Now, we want to do this first because now this needs to cool off. So I'm going to put this on a hot pad in my fridge, and we're going to prep all of our bright, delicious fruit. All right, back to we have our mixing bowl ready for all of our fruit. I'm gonna give my whisk a little taste test. That's gonna be awesome on all of our fruit. Okay, so I have my can of peaches, and I'm just going to dice all of these up. Now, for this fruit salad, you can add whatever fruit you want. This is more or less the combination that I grew up with, and it's my favorite. So my mom would always make this around Christmas time, so strangely enough, I don't remember having it in the summer very often. It was always around Christmas time, but it's perfect for summer. And my sister made it once, and she put in fruit that she wanted to put in it, and I was like, it's not the same. It was good. It was just like, I like this combination. And so I think whatever you do, I would at least use the peaches and the fruit cocktail, unless you absolutely despise like the fruit cocktail. But whatever you use, make sure you have 2 cans of something so that you have the fruit juice to make your sauce with. So I'm just cutting my peach slices into bite-sized pieces. We're rhyming over here. I like it. Now, Grandma's recipe says a large amount of grapes, strawberries, and blueberries quartered. Now, I'm not going to quarter the blueberries. That's crazy. But I might just cut the grapes in half so that they're about the same size as our peaches. And I'm not going to do all that I have here, but I don't know, Grandma, how much is a large amount? See, this is what I mean. You get these recipes handed down, and they're so vague sometimes. Hit that like button if you know what I mean. And I can't remember if my mom puts grapes in hers when she makes it, but we are today. The grapes were on sale. They're crisp. They're a little tart. They're sweet. So I might put about a cup of grapes in. Now, I believe I'm used to having this with kiwi in it, but I forgot about it and the kiwis were not on sale. So I made sure I had my staples of the peaches, the fruit cocktail, the strawberries, and the blueberries, and the bananas. So I know bananas can be a love-hate fruit, and so you don't have to put them in. I actually like them because the sauce that we made kind of makes everything taste a little better. You just try it out. Just try it out. I'm going to do one more grape for the bowl, 1 grape for me. Now I'm going to take the long, tedious route of destemming my strawberries. I'll do a time lapse for you guys so you don't have to watch it all, but I am going to quarter my strawberries. And if you have farm fresh fruit, even better. I don't know if I would use frozen fruit though, just because there's a lot of extra moisture that comes with using frozen fruit. So, I mean, you could, and then just drain the fruit really well once it's completely thawed out, but fresh is best. And I think I'm going to use about the same amount of strawberries as I did grapes. So I'm just going to have one more strawberry just for me to enjoy. This is one of my favorite parts about cooking, is you get to taste test your ingredients. Oh my goodness. Strawberries taste like summer to me. And then I have a pint of blueberries here. And I did clean my blueberries and my strawberries. I do the white vinegar bath. Like, I put a cup or two of white vinegar into some room temperature cold water, and I just let my produce soak for a little while and then give them a good rinse. But if you're someone who doesn't clean their produce, no hate. So I think I'm going to put about half of my pint of my blueberries in. So that's about 1 cup. Is it? I don't know. I'm going to put about half of my pint of blueberries in here. And if you see any with stems still on them, go in and fish those out. I always like to keep an eye out to make sure there's no moldy ones in there. Some for the bowl, some for me. So this is where we're at so far. Now on to the bananas. Grandma's recipe says 4 or 5 bananas. And that's a lot of bananas. So I might do 2 or 3. And we are told to dip them in lemon juice. And that's just so that they don't go brown and make our... You know how brown bananas don't taste good? We don't want icky brown bananas in our fruit salad. So I have fresh lemons in the house right now, so I'm just going to juice one of my lemons. Bottled lemon juice is fine. We're just going for the anti-browning properties. So you can use bananas at whatever stage you like to eat them. I meant to use these earlier, but this is where we're at, and they're actually not this brown. Like, you know when you buy bananas and they still have some green on them, but then you get them home and they start getting brown spots, but they're not actually like super soft in the middle yet? That's where these bananas are at. And which end do you open bananas from? Like, I grew up opening them from this end, and I think it's because like this is like a nice little handle for a little kid. But then when you open it from the handle end, you're supposed to get fewer gross stringies. And so now I open it from the handle end, and I feel like it's wrong. So I'm just going to cut my bananas in like little slices, similar to how big the rest of our fruit is. You can cut it bigger, smaller. You can leave it out. But I think bananas, they're also one of the cheapest fruits. So they're good for bulking up your fruit salad if you can stomach them. So I'm just going to give them a quick toss in our lemon juice. You don't have to soak them, just so that they touch the lemon juice. And then I'm just gonna do one more banana. You're actually supposed to add the bananas in like at the end before you serve it. But I mean, I'm not gonna keep bananas separate. And I am gonna serve it shortly to you guys. All right, the last of our banana slices, lemonized. Okay, let me clean up real quick. All right, so we have our big bowl of fruit and our dressing has not cooled quite yet. Like you might be done with, yeah, it's still steaming, but that's okay. I'm going to put some saran over this, pop it in the fridge, and let this cool, probably for another half hour. So just a heads up when you're making this, like this is gonna take the longest, so definitely make your dressing first, prep your fruit, and then let this cool off. It doesn't have to be cold, but I want it to be at least like room temperature lukewarm. So we'll be back. All right, so my dressing, fruit salad dressing, has cooled off. It's still a little warm, but unless you're serving this right away, it's okay if it's a little bit warm. But if you're gonna be serving it right away, I would try and cool it down as much as you can. So it's pretty thick right now. So I'm gonna get a spatula and we're just gonna pour it all into our bowl of fruit. And it's nice and thick, so it's gonna coat our fruit and you're gonna get this deliciousness in every bite. All right, so then you're just going to gently toss all of your fruit. You don't want to be too aggressive because we don't want to turn it into a fruit smoothie. Although, if you were to pop this in a blender, I think it would be delicious. But this is a fruit salad recipe, so fruit salad we are going to make. So once your fruit is all mixed up and we scrape down to the bottom to make sure everything's mixed in, all of our salad dressing is all over our fruit. You can either stick this in the fridge to let it chill out. You can serve it now. And that's actually what we're gonna do because I want to taste test it with you guys. So I'm going to get myself a little bowl. And let's give it a taste. I'm going to try and get a little bit of everything, but it might be too big of a bite, but cheers. This is one of those things. You know how some food is nostalgic and when you taste it, it makes you a special kind of happy? That's what this is. That's what this is for me. It's so yummy. So like this fruit, fresh fruit by itself, delicious. But then you add a little bit of vanilla from the vanilla pudding into our juice and you make that sauce and it just, as Emerald says, kicks it up a notch, and it just makes the flavors pop so much more in your mouth. Ugh, it's so good. If you like fruit salad, give this a try because the fruit salad dressing is something special. And this fruit salad is yummy, yummy. If you know what I'm talking about, hit that like button. Now, I mentioned fruit combinations before. If you want it, so the 4th of July is only, when this video goes up, it's only going to be like a week away. So for the 4th of July, if you wanted to make this a patriotic fruit salad, you could do bananas, because they have the white going on. And then strawberries and or raspberries if you wanted. And then blueberries. There's a peach trying to get in on this action. And then you have your red, white, and blue salad. And what you could do is just take the juice from 2 cans of fruit, and you can just set the fruit aside and eat that separately, but then create the fruit salad dressing just using the fruit, you can create the salad dressing just using the fruit juice, and then your banana and strawberry and blueberries, and then you have a perfect 4th of July fruit salad. But for everyone else, or if you just want to keep all the fruit, you can make this whenever you want. Don't let me tell you how to make your fruit salad. So, my grandma's no longer around, but I'm thankful for her recipe. And shout out to you, Mom. Thanks for passing it down to me. It's my favorite. So, I will leave the recipe and the instructions down below for you guys. Go check it out. It's delicious. If you like it, let me know how it went for you. What fruit did you use? Leave me a comment. I'd love to hear about it. And if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you would like to see more videos from me, hit that subscribe button and that bell so that you know when I drop the next video. And thank you for watching. Oh, and it's best served the day of, like most things, but you could definitely make it the night before and it'll keep in the fridge for a few days. But just like any other fresh fruit or produce, they will release the juice and the water that's in them, so the consistency might just be a little different, but just so you know. Thanks again.